Hello there, everybody, and welcome to the the Verdant NLC Div 2 Aftershow. I'm your regular host, Middlecott, joined by JReal for a bit more of an irreverent look at this week's action in the NLC Div 2. How have you been doing, mate?
Yeah, I've been good, man. I've been chilling. Like, I've just been going gym, watching some League of Legends, not playing League of Legends.
Not playing League of Legends.
Probably the top reason why I'm doing good. And yeah, all in all, it's just a vibe.
So when you say you're not playing League of Legends, is this like a you're not committing to solo queue, like you're not attempting the grind set anymore, or is this like you're cutting off even the ARAMs and shit like that?
Well, I grinded. I got to P1.
Yeah.
And then it all went downhill, and I'm now P3. And I was like, you know what? I don't need this in my life. You know, no one's gonna check me. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
And Riot, you ruined my jungle mundo, so.
Man.
It's their fault.
Man.
It's their fault.
It's their fault. You're blaming Riot for your inability to adjust to new metas and that.
Exactly. This is what I'm saying, you know? Everyone's talking about new meta this, new meta that. Nah, bro. Give me old Mundo back. That's what I'm saying. But, in general, I think League of Legends is a fun game when played with friends. And that's what I say. If I have 5 members, they want to chill play some League of Legends, then it's cash.
Well, that's fair. No, I respect that. It is a much better game when you can just like chill with a group of people and like you just like chatting shit. And, like, you know, when you're playing ARAM and that and you get to the end and you're like, no, don't end it, bro. We'll keep doing this. Like, that's good. That's good.
I don't play ARAMs. I'm just saying it right now.
You don't play ARAMs?
You know that I don't like ARAMs.
What do you mean? I don't know that you don't like ARAMs. What are you talking about, man?
ARAMs are dry. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Hold on. If ARAMs are dry, you are being moist, mate. What are you talking about?
No. That's cat.
Bring back
3v3. Bring back 3v3, and more importantly, bring back Ascension. Ascension was a banger.
Ascension was good. Ascension was good. It was alright.
Who wants to play Earth, bro? No one likes Earth. It's
I actually, hold on, chat. Since you're all here, since we've got a lot of people from the NLC, hi there, by the way. Does anyone here actually enjoy Earth? Because I feel like it's a massive bait game mode. Like they do the announcement for it every time, and it's like, oh yeah, Earth's back. But it literally every time I play that game, I like get one shot by like a load of Shaco boxes or an Eve appearing out of nowhere, and I go like, the game was fundamentally not balanced around everyone having like 80% less cooldowns. That's why they removed Showgen. Stop releasing Earth. Bring back 3v3 like Jay was saying. I know, or Magma Chamber or some shit. I don't know.
You're talking way too much about balance, bro. We've all played League of Legends.
Right. Just because Riot Games, like, they try and buff my boy, in a certain direction, try and give him more of that on-hit build, and they're like, oh no, he's too good, and then they just cut his hands off, like, legit. Like,
you don't need hands to play Yi, so it doesn't really matter. Like, come on.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? A Mundo main is coming onto my show, having a conversation with me. Telling me that my champion is low skill count. Like, what is that?
Skill shots to hit.
Shut up, man. Shut up, man. Oh, man, Mara. Do you know what?
Press Q.
No, man. I can't be down with this. Right, but JReal, we did have some NLC Div 2 action today. And considering this is the NLC Div 2 after show, we should probably have a chat about it. What were you able to catch today, man?
Yeah. Well, I caught the last 2 games.
Yeah.
And then I looked up the scores of the other ones. And, well, I have to say it, like, it's kind of what I expected, to be fair. I think it's
kind of what you expected. Hold on. Jared, man. Hold on, man. But you're talking about, like, this is what you expected. I'm pretty sure I messaged you before I got you on here, and I was asking, how much NLC Div 2 have you been watching? And what was your response, JReal?
Yeah, I have watched no NLC Div 2 until today.
Poggers.
But I have watched a lot of NLC Div 3. So
that's true.
A lot of my predictions from their performances, and then just equating
but it's different teams though, JReal. Like, fundamentally, we need to make that distinction, right?
If your team 2 is not better than your team 3, you've got a problem. Like this
that is reasonable. That is reasonable. All right, so come on. Like, you saw a couple games today. You saw Flung beat us. Opinions, man. Like, come on, lay them on me. How bad was it?
To be fair, I don't think it was that bad, right? Like, as in, it wasn't like some Merc thing, you know. It wasn't a quick 20-minute, you know. Like, it was a slow but sure win, where it was quite methodical. You know, it was quite a chess-like game.
Quite chess-like.
Yeah, it was quite chess-like. You know, they were just taking the pieces, you know, slowly but surely, which is fair enough. You know, like, look, at the end of the day, sometimes you just have them once. You know, like, clearly they played it better, drafting as well, but not to get too deep into it.
Not getting too deep.
It was just a better performance on the day. You know, I think that if they run that back, maybe Vernon could actually turn that one around. Maybe,
hopefully. It's not looking great for us. Playoffs are looking difficult to contest, but I think mathematically we're still in it, and obviously until we're out of it, you don't want to really call it. Certain gentleman that I want to get onto a little bit quickly, want to have a chat with him a little bit earlier than we usually do in this show. That is our guest for this evening, 5-time Belong Clash champion, arena, whatever. I don't know, man. It's Big Div. How you doing?
Hello. 5-time Arena Clash champion, man.
Mate. It's all before my time. It's all before my time. So as someone, I feel like we've got some pretty like the extreme ends of like experience in NLC Div 2 at the moment. JReal has not really been keeping up with the action, which I'm going to tell him off for in a little bit. But Div, obviously you've been playing, you've been enjoying the games, probably, hopefully, maybe some of them. What are your thoughts on the overall level of Div 2, mate?
I think it's really hit and miss. Like, Munster is very obviously like a leading pack, and they're just absolute shit stomp half the teams. And then sometimes they look a bit shaky, but like they still manage to end the game. So like I think they're like a cut above everyone else. There's like Natives and Flong are like fist fighting. You've got like Vangstead running it down, but E-Roll's like dragging in across the finish line, kicking and screaming, bless him. And then you've got like the middle pack.
Oh, like so, like
fist fighting.
Yeah. Oh, do you know what? I love that, man. Like, I'm so excited to just like watch as a viewer. It's just like, well, when you've got like an established roster, like who the good teams are, which like, I think we had in Div 1 up until like the last week, where everyone just decided to like forget what the script was. But like in Div 2, generally feels like anyone can beat anyone, apart from there are obviously like the weaker teams and like the better teams, right? But like that big fist fight in the middle is like very exciting. And Div, you've actually sort of London United, you've got yourself on kind of the periphery of that, sort of looking in. Like, I don't want to get too deep on this conversation with you, but what do you think like your chances of actually sneaking into one of those last playoff spots are like?
I think with the form that teams like Domino, Lucent, and Lightside have been showing, that they're very much, they'll come under attack in the later weeks, and I think Rate with their bot lane changes have definitely taken the correct step in the right direction.
Are you saying you
just out of reach?
Oh, but... Are you saying you rate their gaming?
Yeah, I rate some of their gaming, some of it at least. Teddy, big rate.
you rate Teddy, but there's other elements of their gaming that you don't necessarily rate as much.
Well, they swapped them out, so you know, it happens.
Apparently the coaches didn't rate their gaming.
Yeah, apparently not.
Apparently not. And so how are you guys sort of feeling on London at the moment? Are you feeling sort of like together? Are you feeling united towards a single purpose?
Yeah, very much united. Yeah.
That was so bad. That was just so much.
Yeah, I don't even know what to do with it. Cheers for that.
That was interesting as a take.
That was just bad.
Like London United, I really respect London United, you know, because I feel like they've kind of kept a team and they've like just molded it. They've kept it as a unit and they kind of moved on through that with the team. And I like that, you know, because obviously we want to see potential growth, you know, like you don't want League of Legends to turn into some football clubs, you know, where it's just they just keep buying players, never try to grow their players.
Go, Jay, we'll call them out. Call them out.
What, the football clubs?
Yeah, call them out.
Well. Really, it's my own team. I feel like Chelsea was.
You're literally a Chelsea fan, man. Like what?
Yeah, but I feel like they shouldn't have done that. I feel like they should have grown their players. You know, more of a Southampton angle. You know. That's doing great for us. Yeah, we're doing amazing now. Well, you just don't hold on to them. You know, at least London United.
Well, I'm sorry, bro. We can't own the entire Vitesse squad. Like that's just not an option for some clubs. Like, I don't know, man. Like, how many players have Chelsea got on loan right now? It's like 120 or something ridiculous. Like, it's mad.
Like 40 or something. It's ridiculous.
It's not reasonable, JReal, and I'm holding you solely responsible.
Yeah, me solely. I haven't even watched football in like 3 years. But going back to London United, yeah, because it's you're trying to get into some icy gales over there, mate. I'm just saying.
Oh, shut up, man! Like, what even does that mean, Mo?
It's it's just a bit rough over there. But I will say, I'm excited. You know what? Yeah, looking at the league table, chatting to Divinuss about some teams are going to be in some trouble. It makes the game exciting, you know. Like, I feel like end of season always better than start of season, right? Because it means more. You know, it means more.
The tier lists that you make at the end of the season are a lot more likely to be correct as well.
Yeah, I was about to bring up tier lists.
Well, I don't know. Some people make some whack tier lists, though. I'll say that. Like,
yeah, man.
Some people are
that's the question. Their opinion.
All right then. Do we want to go for this then, Div? Is this an angle that we want to take? Or there I don't know if I've got the tier list to hand, but
I think we need to talk about something as well. Wait,
you've got a link. You've got a link. What?
Wait, you've already got a tier list made, yo.
No. He's kept the link to the old. Did you hear that you were going to be on, and then we're like, yo, I've got some things that I need to say.
There you go, mate. Happy Christmas. No, whenever I search Middlecott in my search bar, that pops up.
That's
it's a nice reminder. Yep.
Okay.
That's what I've got.
That's fair enough. Right. Do you know what? Let's pull this over. Actually, I've got a lot of stuff planned for this evening, but we'll take a look at this first. Wait, of course I've got stuff planned, man. What do you think? Like, I just come on this show and I don't put any effort into it, man?
No. That's not what I said. I was just agreeing with you.
No. I heard some vague hostility there, which has made me very, very angry.
Well, that's your interpretation of this situation, and you're entitled to your opinion. You know, it's your show at the end of the day. Yeah,
and it's correct.
People clearly use this title of their opinion to make their own tier list. You know,
Div, mate. Hello. Looking at this, is that I don't understand what issues you can have with it.
Yeah, I don't know, mate. If I turn it upside down, then maybe we're a bit closer to the truth. But yeah, talking about the football things where people spend a lot of money on places where they shouldn't be spending money, I think you should probably look at a bit more homegrown talent instead of continental talent on Verdant IMO. Not gonna lie.
Cheers, Div.
Damn.
Yeah, hey, no problem.
Damn, son.
That was quite unnecessary there, mate. Right, well, moving on from that. Yeah, we don't need to sort of touch on that too long, right? It's not really. It's just like a tier list. It wasn't made with any sort of serious intention of being used to actually judge the quality of the players at all. That would be silly.
Yeah.
But Jake, it wasn't the worst list ever. Okay, I could definitely make a worse one. But we do actually have some actual content that I've prepared for us this evening. And Div, you are one of the sort of more experienced members of the sort of the NLC ecosystem. And there are a few things that happened before Divinuss, and there are a few things that have happened anno Divinuss, which is the game that we are going to be playing. I have got 5 historical events, and JReal, Divinuss, it's probably going to be slightly easier for you now. It is your job to work out whether this thing happened before or after Divinuss was born.
Right.
Okay. Wait, how old is Divinuss?
I'm 26.
No, he's not.
Okay.
No, what? No! You ruined the game. That's not.
Well, this makes things a lot easier.
I didn't say what year I was born. Huh?
No, it's fine. I can work it out. It's fine. Quick maths.
It's quick maths. Okay, right. Okay, so we'll start off with
some tea. Yeah.
That was actually a glass of water, JReal. But I appreciate that you can't see things apparently. We'll start off with
sport after all.
The Great Recession. Did the Great Recession happen before Divinuss or anno Divinuss? I'll give you some time, JReal. I'll give you some time, okay?
It's a tough one.
It's a tough one, okay?
I've heard Divinuss talk many a story about the Great Recession, you know?
The Great Recession, yeah. It's like it's something that he's experienced in his life, yeah?
Almost as if he was there.
Almost if he was there.
Almost.
But
I'm going to say it was before. Just before. I reckon the stories are angled from his parents down to him. You know.
All right.
Interesting.
Great Recession happened in 2007. JReal.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I think you're thinking of the Great. You're thinking of the Great Depression, mate.
You played me.
No. You played yourself, man. Like what? Like what?
You played me on some historical weirdness because, admittedly, I wasn't sure which one. You know, I was a little bit questioning it. You know?
All right. Right. Well, JReal, you've clearly demonstrated that this was the easy one. This was the gimme.
Yeah. This is the
one, JReal, where I was like, this is an easy one for someone that was like maintaining like up with current affairs and stuff. But okay.
Yeah. Well, that was a while ago.
That was a what? It was like 15 years, mate. Like it's not an age.
Back in the day.
Back in the day. All right. Okay. So the next one up here, the Vietnam War. Did this happen? This isn't a real photo from the Vietnam War, by the way. This is from Forrest Gump, which is an excellent movie, by the way. JReal, was Divinuss born before or after the Vietnam War ended?
Well, no, you said ended, and that's requiring some more historical knowledge. Oh my days! I'm gonna say after.
You reckon that Divinuss was born after the Vietnam War?
So this was before Divinuss was born.
So this was before Divinuss was born.
Yeah.
You would be correct, JReal.
Okay.
The Vietnam War happened before Divinuss was born. Divinuss, yeah, obviously no memory of the Vietnam War. If you had been there, how do you think it would have been like?
Not fun.
Probably correct. Right, next one. We have got Y2K. JReal, is this before or Anno Divinuss?
Mate, I don't even know what that is. I feel bad now. Should I know what this is?
I can't.
Man, I not gonna lie. I thought we could.
This was Divinuss was born before this.
Divinuss was born before this. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is correct. Divinuss. Yeah. Do you have any memories of Y2K?
I remember. I was at my nan's when it was the turn of millennium. Actually.
Nice, good. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Appreciate that.
Oh yeah.
And then did everything break?
No.
Fair
as my nan's house, everything was like.
Oh, that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
You know, happens.
Stone carvings. Oh my lord. Yeah. Oh my lord. Right. I don't know how many more we've got actually. Okay. Yeah. So next one. This is a toughie actually. This is probably the toughest one. This was the French president and the Queen officially opening the Channel Tunnel. This isn't them, by the way.
Well, yeah.
This isn't the Queen, and this isn't the President of France.
Opening the Channel Tunnel.
Opening the Channel Tunnel. JReal, was this before or Anno Divinuss?
Mate, now I'm really thinking. Now I want to get this one right.
Well, you've kind of sprinted a couple of the other ones.
Divinuss. This was after Divinuss was born.
This was after Divinuss was born. Divinuss. Yeah. Do you know when the Channel Tunnel was officially opened?
No, I don't, mate.
You don't. So
I think it might be before me, if I don't know.
This was born in May. This was born.
Built.
Yep. The Channel Tunnel was officially opened in May of 1994, which Divinuss is the year of your birth. Is this before or Anno Divinuss?
It's before me because I'm 1995.
Oh.
Yeah. It's close.
I nearly got there.
94.
Yeah.
Damn.
I've just realised that I just completely misread your. I could have thrown in anything here and it would have been wrong. Shit.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
I need to do more research for this shit. Right, there is actually one more though.
Okay.
JReal.
Yep.
I said this was the hardest, but this next one is impossible. I swear to God, you will not get this.
Okay.
The assassination of Abraham Lincoln.
Whoa.
Before or Anno Divinuss?
Well. Tough, mate. Kind of looks like you're in the picture, mate. Like.
Wait, which one? What?
Well, leave that up to your own assumption.
I'm the one on the second on the left, mate.
You're second. You're this. You're this one. You're.
Yeah,
This
I'm chilling.
this is you.
Yeah.
Wait, this looks like Arkarum. This looks like Arkarum. What?
Or like my poor attempt at facial hair.
Is that not? Is that not just Arkarum's like exact, like facial hair and hair and that?
Yes, here it is. It looks like he's throwing a Pantheon spear.
Is he a vampire?
He
Confirmed?
is.
Is that what you're trying to say?
What? Yo, Archerum could have stopped the assassination of President Lincoln, and he didn't.
But before this happened before
this is before Divinuss. You are correct. You are correct.
What I want to know is JReal born before or after Divinuss? Because this now poses a very difficult question. Actually, the Middlecott might not even get.
No.
And I want to know what the chat thinks. Is JReal born before or after Divinuss?
You can't do this. This is my show. You can't just throw this around on me like this, man. Like, no.
This is the toughest question
no.
of all.
You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to do that. What?
This is the toughest question of all.
Answer the question, bro.
Bruh, like, I know that. Shit, man, like, don't do this. After, final answer.
Okay, what day, what month are you born in Divinuss?
September.
Of 95?
Yes.
Then you are wrong. You are wrong. And that's how it be. That's how you get them.
So who won? So who won this thing? What?
Me, because I just got bonus points.
You just got bonus points.
I became question master. That's how it works.
So who lost? Wait, did I lose?
I think you lose, yeah.
I wasn't even playing.
Yeah, but you have 100% loss rate.
Oh, I'm not. For fuck's sake, that's not great. Well, I hope you're happy. Congratulations, gents.
Yeah, there we go.
You've made me a little bit upset. How does that make you feel?
You'll be more upset after we beat Verdant.
It was pretty fun.
Man. I mean, like, man. Could you not mention it, Div? Right. We are going to now have a little bit of a look at, well, just sort of an overview. The week's fixtures so far, a little bit of a look forward to next week as well. Obviously, Natives won this last game up against AAB. It's their second win for the week. But Divinuss, a couple of those matchups next week. First one against Ube, AAB, and then you got Flung as well. How confident are you feeling?
I'm quietly confident. Like, we'll take it one game at a time. I don't want to, get my dick out and swing it around, kind of thing. Please don't do that.
Against TOS, yeah.
Please,
figuratively,
figuratively, don't do that. But also, literally, don't do that.
Yeah. So, maybe I think, like after the way we've played it this week, I think we should have the upper hand quite convincingly. Flung will be the interesting one because me and Noided both have a lot of friends who play for Flung, so it should be interesting. It depends if Vangsted absolutely griefs it in Vitago.
I mean, obviously Flung did get the win today, but Vangsted was doing his thing, and obviously, like, you guys know him. I assume you know him a little bit more than we do. What? Why is that? Why is Vangsted?
He's just hashtag buying time. It's okay. Vanga diffs or
I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. It's cool. It makes the games more exciting when he's playing in. Shafty as well, pretty funky player. But are there any matchups sort of that you're looking to next week, Div, that you think are going to be particularly spicy, that have got the potential to be really, really interesting for us to watch?
I think the Domino light side one might be interesting because it's like two teams that are both on like a downward swing, and it'll be interesting to see where the
Domino on a downward swing. I feel
considering they got absolutely rolled by us on Tuesday.
Well, yeah,
It wasn't close, mate.
that would imply
don't beat around the bush
that would
now.
imply a downward swing. All right, but I feel like Domino have been one of these sort of dark horse teams that have sort of stuck themselves into a relatively good position in the table with people not really like noticing almost.
Yeah, like I didn't realize they're on a 5-game win streak before they played us. And then
How can you say they're on the down then?
because they got absolutely destroyed and looked like they played like they were the last place team. Not gonna lie, like it was not close.
Yeah.
That's rough, man. JReal, obviously you've got a lot of experience with the league. Purely based off the tags of the teams and their logos, what do you think is going to be a good game?
Well, looking at the logos and looking at the standings.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But more importantly, looking at the logos, because like, come on. Like, if you've ever been horse racing, you pick your horse on the name. None of this business about looking at the horse before, like, no. So it's all about the logos. Based on just the logos, I think MRG versus AAB, you know? That's like two different animals.
Yeah.
It's I think that's an angle.
That's an angle. That's an angle. Okay. Divinuss, what are your thoughts on Monster versus AAB?
No, I think he's right. It's definitely Battle of the Animals. I'm leaving it there.
And that's going to make it a close game.
I mean, so the thing about AAB is I feel like they sometimes can just end up in good positions.
Yeah.
Just without really knowing how they ended up there. And they're like, oh, we're winning. And then it's like, now what do we do? Oh, we lose, which is unfortunate.
From an internal point of view, like we have scrimmed them and there are definite like glimmers of surprising things that happened. I was going to say intelligence, but that sounds like I'm just taking the piss. But there's like some like gleaming factors where we literally went over the game and were like, how the hell have they done this? Like genuinely surprised. And it's just, I don't know what it is, but maybe like they just shit the bed in officials or something. I really don't know.
So you think
it's unfortunate.
So you think that they're sort of like a stronger team than necessarily what we've seen from them on stage, and they just haven't been able to sort of like translate that as much, or do you think there's just like those whispers of good play?
I mean, like we've seen that they play well at points, like, and they have gotten ahead at times, but it seems like sometimes in mid game they're really shaky. Well, that seems to be the main issue. So like, if they manage to, I don't know, find a genie lamp and rub it, and then fix the issues.
I wish that I could play mid game. Yeah.
Then they might actually. Okay, they're playing us on Tuesday, so it ain't gonna happen then. But I don't know, against Munster, considering.
I like the self-confidence where, like, the game against you guys is, like, just a write-off, like, there's no chance. But the game against Munster, who have lost twice this entire season, is like, I think they could get an angle. I think they could get an upset victory there.
Like, they absolutely shit stomped us, and I'm playing fucking Blitzcrank, for Christ's sake.
Oh, yeah, your Blitzcrank is legendary, man.
Yes, legendary is an interesting word. Like, it seems like they took a while to close out, so I was like, I don't know about this one. Like, I don't know. I guess if Chimera could dodge a hook maybe once, then it's fine. But, happens.
It's an L. JReal, I felt like you were going to jump in there for a sec.
Yeah, I was going to say, obviously, you've got to think about complacency as well. Like, you know,
Yeah.
You're top of the table, you're chilling, you're against the bottom of the table. Maybe you try out some spicy picks. Maybe they look for a bit of a different draft angle. So maybe there is a hope.
Well, Munster are actually, I think they're locked into playoffs now. They've got that. Obviously not locked first because we've still got like 4 games to play. It feels really weird actually, like NLC Div 1 ending and then us still having like 2 more weeks.
Like 15 weeks left, yeah. Seems a bit weird.
It does.
It's the same with Prime League as well.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's just because like all the ARLs sort of like start at a different time and I feel like we started super late as well. Which means that everything gets condensed. Obviously, we don't have like a Telia Masters like tournament, which means that I guess there's a bit more room in the schedule. But
I guess the Div 2 lines up with Div 3 ending maybe for the relegation stuff and all that.
They have 2 more weeks, yeah.
They have 3 more weeks. Okay.
Did I?
No, two more weeks.
Oh, they've got 2 more weeks.
All right.
Yeah,
all right.
so it'll line up with relegations for us and them. But then it's kind of weird with like players and like going from spring to summer because we're like this late. One of the German second division coaches was questioning it on Twitter. They're like, why is the Div 2s for Prime League and NLC so far behind? Because if your team is out of playoffs, you'll like look into build a new team, but then half the roster of like half the potential players that you'd want for your roster at the time are still playing, so you can't trial them, and they're still contracted.
I could see that can like raise issues as well. I hadn't even thought about relegations. Like, obviously, that's going to be happening as well. I mean, JReal, you said that you've looked a little bit at the sort of like Div 3, and obviously, like there's a load of teams in that sort of space, and it's difficult to make those sort of power judgments. But have you been particularly impressed by any of the teams that you've seen playing in Div 3?
Yeah, well, I've casted a few teams. Lions Creed is one of them, and Lions Creed look pretty good. Like, I'm not gonna lie, they are pretty strong. They also potentially haven't shown their full potential yet.
Okay.
We got to interview with some of them last week, and they were kind of saying how like they're obviously still just building as a team, and like sometimes they just play a bit over aggressive, but they are just pulling through pretty strong. And I guess another one as well is Urban Esports as well, Norwegian team. It's looking pretty hot from them. So there's a few in Div 3 that I'd say are definitely ones to keep your eyes on.
I know I saw that Trizzy was on Lions Creed, which is like, I mean, that's mad. Like that guy's playing against like Malrang in solo queue and stuff, and seeing him play in Div 3, a little bit weird, honestly, like in my opinion. Like, it feels like there are some players that in terms of like strengths are really, really spread about the divisions. And it makes it difficult. Are there any other names that you've sort of come across that you think are ones that we should be keeping out for?
They're the ones that I've casted so far in the league.
Hey, what about Sin, man? Come on.
Oh yeah, you have to think about X7.
You've got X7.
Oh yeah,
You've got Hyper in there as well.
Yeah.
That
He
is
1v9 one of my solo queue games a couple of days ago. On Kale, absolute beast.
He is a monster. He is a monster. Is he still playing like 20 games a day?
No. I think he's played less games than I have. Surprisingly.
What?
He's just stopped playing. I don't know.
That's weird, man.
Weird. Yeah.
That is a strange world. That is a cursed world where Hyper isn't just spamming solo queue permanently.
Yeah, true.
Also, like, isn't he like playing like lots of new champs as well? Because like he obviously was famous, for playing Riven
and Jace.
And
oh yeah, Jace. Yeah.
now it's switched up a bit.
I mean, that's cool. Like Hyper doing like versatile stuff. Like, I'm down for that.
Yeah.
I think relegations are going to be a sort of really fun tournament to watch. Probably not for the teams in them.
Yeah.
But hopefully that's not something that we're going to have to worry about. Divo, getting towards the end of the show, and I feel like we need to be saying goodbye to you, man. It's been a pleasure to have you on, and wish you the best of luck for next week.
Good to have me, as always. Been a pleasure to speak to you boys.
Wonderful.
See you in a bit, Div. And
yeah, and then there were 2 of us. Do you know what? I don't think we mentioned his age once, which was really good of us. It's just a really tired meme, and it's I just like really fuming if people just kept going on the same shitty joke like just constantly. It'd just get really dull, you know.
Are you trying to say that there's a certain joke about yourself that you're not?
All I'm saying, JReal, is that I'm a normal height for a 25-year-old male. And I'm 24, so I'm actually taller than I could be, which is a W.
There we go. That is a dub. Moving on the ups. I like that. And yeah, no, it was cool talking to Div. I think that Div 2 is definitely interesting as a whole, and I'm looking forward to watching some more of that.
Yeah, watching some more games. No, it's fun. It's nice watching all the teams first fight each other, and like it's a high enough level that there are generally some pretty pog plays being made at points. But that is going to do it for us this evening. JReal, thank you so much for coming onto the show. I know that Div 2 isn't really your wheelhouse, but it's been nice chatting to you and getting your opinion, a bit more sort of first impressions and that.
Yeah, and of course, like, I've not watched lots and lots of Div 2, but I've heard rumours. I've seen, kept up with some of the Verdant shows as well, and I think all in all, I think like it's pretty fun. And the one thing I don't really know about is like kind of like relegations or promos. Hopefully that becomes a bit clearer.
It's somewhere. It's on some page somewhere. There's a thing.
You know, that's for the future. But
don't worry about it now.
Shout out is the beard game. Shout out to any of you casters, hosts, analysts, players.
Oh man, really?
Beard representation. So shout out Div for rocking the beard as well. But maybe we'll get more beard. You know what? Today it popped off. Jamada and Lakarom both bearded up. I love to see it.
Oh man, anything else that you want to sort of chat up for yourself? Not just necessarily your facial hair.
Yeah, if you want to follow me, it's JReal on Twitter. Obviously, follow my guy over here, Middlecott, on Twitter as well. If
appreciate the love. Appreciate the love.
I don't really know how you found the show, but if you don't, you better follow Middlecott. You know, that's a mistake. You're making a big mistake if you're not doing that. So go and do. I've
heard that.
And yeah, shout out this podcast. You know, shout out the show.
Shout out the show. Hell yeah, shout out the show. Shout out to all the people that have been watching as well. Shout out to Divinuss. Shout out to I don't know everybody. Most people.
Yeah. Shout out Don Jake as well for just being mad fire in the chat.
What man? Like just random Don Jake? Do you know what? I'm here for it.
Shout out Don Jake.
Shout out Zimola.
You keep getting banned. You need to stop getting banned.
Shout out Vangstead. Shout out E-Roll. Shout all that. Right. This has been the Verdant NLC. I'm Torok. Like just everyone. Anyone else want to shout? I don't know.
No, but that's it.
That's all the shouts. Okay, fair enough. This has been the Verdant NLC Div 2 After Show. Thank you very much for tuning in. We are going to be back next week at the same time with some more new faces on your screen. But until then, stay cool, stay classy. We'll see you soon.